We have to tweak the interview process or the recruitment process. So one of the things is to move away from theory to practicals. Bring in some real world scenarios during the interviews and ask the person how they would go about solving for it. If a person takes your question and just gives a one-line solution, then it could be a red flag.
So, Vish, I have a question, because if we say that we're not relying just on academic degrees and academic accomplishments, and there are a whole bunch of skills that you mentioned, right? Some of them soft skills and the others. So, how do we go about evaluating, to make sure that the teams that we're looking for have these skill sets?
Yeah, I think it's a very important point, David, that we have to tweak the interview process or the recruitment process to cover various aspects that we discussed for the past few minutes. So one of the things is to move away from theory to practicals. I've seen many interviewers talk about, for example, if you're interviewing developers, they'll stick to basic OOPS questions. Right now, this is something. It's very school, college oriented, not an enterprise organization oriented. So here I would stick to questions which would talk about the candidate's experience in the past, handling various problems and how they have solved for it, because that's something they've done it for real. It's not theoretical. Now, this is from what they have already done. Now, what if the person did not really have an opportunity to solve for various problems? So that would put that person in a disadvantage more. In order to overcome that, some of the things that we can do is, bring in some real world scenarios during the interviews and ask the person how they would go about solving for it. One of the key things to look for here are the traits that I previously spoke about. So what kind of questions are they asking you back in order to solve the problem? If a person takes your question and just gives a one-line solution, then it could be a red flag, because there could be other factors impacting the problem and the solution. So it's important to notice whether the candidates are asking you the right questions. They are thinking in various axes and not just on a single track.
So you're saying they probe to find to discover what the actual issue is, the underlying issue is.
Absolutely. And then it's also important to necessarily mandatorily include an assignment depending on the role that the person is joining the organization for, whether it's a programmer, a business analyst, or a project manager. It's important to give them an assignment that they would actually do when they join you, right? So that gives you a closer to reality check on how good a job they can perform. And sometimes, a longer evaluation might be required. If you're hiring someone at maybe a product owner level, you would want to check various aspects of product management, market research, etc., which is something that you might not be able to cover in your 1 hour interview. So it will be more like a 24 hours or a 48 hours that they take the assignment, work on it, and then come back to us, present it. That's the most important part, how well they are presenting it. Then we need to ask questions, probing questions there, role reversal, and they should be able to, justify what they have presented, right, substantiate it. And these days, we are in the AI space. Most people would participate in hackathons. I think hackathons are a great way to find good talent and hire them. So I think this is how we should be evaluating people, and that's what we've been doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I like that, and especially the hackathon part, because I know that in the past we've been able to get a lot of good talent by running these hackathons. I also know that the colleges where we conducted them, the kids also, the students, they had fun. They had fun building out these different solutions. And in the process, we also were able to get the right talent for those.
Yeah, absolutely.